Work on the Bobcat again. You see me changing these hoses. Well, after I changed the hoses, I had this Bobcat on a little job, and my cylinder blew. The seal's in here. I'm gonna have to repack it. I can show you what it's doing. If you hadn't watched the video on these cap plugs, this is why these cap plugs are so important. I went ahead and just capped these lines off so I could finish my job and get my machine back to the house. Easy work on stuff at home. Few tools you're gonna need, supplies. Of course, you're gonna need your packing. I ordered this packing for like $15. Got it the next day. This right here, this is called a glad nut wrench. I have a big one and also have a smaller one. And with these, you just put your breaker bar, your ratchet, put that in now, and turn it that way. Whichever size you have, small one or the big one. Probably gonna need some picks, kind of get the seals out. Of course, always some gloves if you like. If you follow any of my videos, look at any of my videos, I always tell you, I always like to get manuals and books for everything I have. So that's always good. But if you don't have it, it's no big deal. When you're repacking cylinders, all of them basically the same. Some just bigger or smaller. When you start working on your cylinder, just leave that one bolted in. That gives it something to hold still on while you're screwing your ram out. Make sure you cap your lines off. That will release pressure off of your cylinder. Just right here will screw off. They got these what they call glad nut wrenches. What you do is take your breaker bar, stick it in there and turn it. There's two holes in here and you stick them pads off of your glad nut and stick it there and then screw it off. Besides using that glad nut, the other ways to get this off, get you like a pipe wrench, which you see I have a big one. I've also seen people, they take like a hammer and a chisel or screwdriver and knock around it till you screw it off. So all you do is put that in there, then screw it off like that. Just keep doing that till you screw it all the way off. That's why it's a good idea to release that pressure off them lines, cap it off, because you don't, it's going to shoot out and might break it, might hurt you real bad. Once you screw that off, then this will pull out. You may have to jerk on it a little bit. There you have it. First thing you have to do, you have to screw this nut off. So what you need to do is stabilize this ram. So what I did, I just stuck it back in here and stuck the pin through it to hold it, to stabilize it while I screw that nut off. Once you get that nut loosened, take that off, the piston will slide off. Those of you that know what a piston is supposed to look like, you see it's supposed to be another black seal right here. I got to admit I messed that up because when I was going to fix on the job, I didn't scotch my arm up like I should have and release the pressure off of that cylinder. So when I screwed out, the ram shot out and the arm come down and hit that. Even though this is plastic, it is not replaceable. So because of my mistake, I had to buy a whole new piston. This right here about $150. So once you screw your piston off, then your bushing, then this part, this is the main part that you gotta pack or put new seals in. Chances are this was my problem. This last seal right here probably was bad, or the worstest. Where I see that seal too was gone bad. But anyway, we're gonna put new seals and all of it. As always, I tell you, take your picture of it if you need to. So once you take your piston off, get that out the way. This is the main part that we're gonna repack, put new seals. I have new seals here. I think I only paid like maybe $15 a piece. I have a link in the description about it. I do have me a new piston. All that is, this is gonna slide back in place. A new packing set, come with a new nut. If I didn't want to use the old one. Come with all your seals you need. And if you don't have a book, like I say, take a picture of it. Mostly, you just matching the seals up. If they're not too far gone where you can't tell what it was, you can just match them up. Match them up with the sizes. Sometimes the color's gonna be the same, and sometimes they're not. This one with this lip on it, you know, this one definitely gonna be the one going right here as your front seal. That's why you have these picks, so you can clean stuff out real good and pick it out. See how that's deteriorating? That seal was gone. You also have a seal inside right there. That's got to come out. Take your pick, get that one out. More than likely, it's probably this seal right here that's gonna go in its place. That's why I had two picks. All of them got different angles on them. Sometimes you're just gonna have to break it for it to come out. You just ain't gonna be able to pick it and get it out whole. Be mindful of how it was in there, so you know how to get the other one back in there. Which side, like I say, match them up. It's about wore out, but it had just a little bit of a lip right there. And this one got a little bit of a lip right there, so this one should go right there in its place. Make sure you got this clean out real good in there before you put the seals back. Always make sure you know where your lip is at, how it came out. And put that seal back in there. And put a little oil around your seal. Put some in that head right there. And it's going to be tight because it's also a spring in here. So you're going to have to fold it. They got special tools. I don't have that tool. But you're going to have to fold it in now. And get it up in there. Did get that one in there. You had to fold it and get in there. Now, not all seals is that hard, because I have packed other cylinders before, but this one's on this Bobcat, and you had to fold that and maneuver in there. Then of course you had your front seal. Like I say, you can put a little oil around it, or a little oil right there inside your head right there. Make sure that is clean. With this front seal, make sure you look at that lip. That's gonna go to the outside. Put that in there. Should get it up in there so it'll seat inside. Make sure that it's seated good. Now, what's left, you got these three seals right here. Take your pick, Like I say, you can line these up, but you know that's not it. That's too small. This one right here should be it. Same thickness, same size. Make sure you got this clean. Now you get your new one. Put that in place. Then you got two more to go right here on his back. Got that one. Then you got this one right here. That's a little skinny flat one. Get that out. That's a little bit easier to match with that. Because see, it's a real skinny flat one right here, so you know where that can go. Clean this. Make sure this is clean. Put that on now. Get it flat up there to it. Then you got this last one. Match that up. Should be that one right there. Slide that on now. Now, of course, this one right here is going to go on your piston. But since I'm putting a new piston on now, my new one already got it on now. So all you do, slide this back up on your ram. Make sure your arm is good and clean. We want to slide that back up on now. Also, get your bushing. Go ahead and clean that off since it's off. Slide that up on now. Then you take your piston, slide that up on now. Take your nut and tighten it on now. I stuck the pin back up through my ram so I can have something to hold it tight while I screw that nut on. Make sure this is good and clean. Then just slide it back in place. Yeah, I do wiggle it a little bit. Once you get it, get it in there. Line this up and screw this back in place. Get your glad nut wrench back out and tighten it all the way back up to your cylinder. After you got your cylinder screwed back in, you can just pull this ram. You can pull it out. You push it in or out, whatever you want to do, till you can line up with your hose. Then you can put your pin back in. I'm going to crank it up, see what she do. There you have it, folks. That's how you repack a cylinder. Remember to like it, hit the subscribe button, share, make a comment. Thank you.